This is one of the most special places to our family on Earth. This is Azalea Campground, campsite 110 and 109 in Sequoia. Well, it's actually in Kings Canyon, Sequoia Kings Canyon National Park. We came here trying to get a first come first serve 3 years ago. We had reserved Potwisha, a different campground, but it wasn't as cool. It wasn't in the high country. And basically the guy right here got the site like 5 minutes before we did. And he said, hey, this place is huge, share it with us. And then we stayed, I think, 2 or 3 nights here. And then we moved to that one. And this site in particular is just enormous. Like you're at the end, so you have more or less access to all of this land that technically isn't your campsite, but there's no one else on it. And then you can walk just over there to the visitor center, and it's just incredible. There's no sequoias actually in this campground because they normally don't build campgrounds in the groves, but it's still epic with enormous pines, thousands of cones, seed pods, and just a really sacred, special place for our family. On the back side of the campsite, there's this little valley that's super lush because of the running water. And then you just go up there and there's huge boulders and some caves and things like that.
Can we go up on top of those?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, let's go.
It's so special when you found a place like this that's become special to your family. I think one thing that's not obvious or intuitive is like when you go to a hotel, basically all the rooms are the same. There's small differences. But in a campground, like sometimes the difference between one campsite to another is unimaginably different. Some of them are super squashed and on top of each other and right next to the bathrooms and ugly and small. And then other ones are like the end cap, you know, they're at the end of the row and they're enormous and vast. And you literally like 1,000 people could camp in this quote unquote campsite. You know, if you were to extend its boundaries, you know, and we put the tent in the spot you're supposed to, but you're allowed to just walk all over, and this is just really special. So when you're picking out your campsites, it's hard, and not that many resources exist to do research, but you can really think critically about like how far away do we want to be from the bathrooms. You know, you can go on Google Earth and look at satellite images and try and pick one that has access to a stream or a big grove of trees or rocks. It really changes the experience quite a lot. It's a glorious sight. This is a new tent than what we had 3 years ago because ours got destroyed in a near tornado, but it's the exact same model and color. And this is just a precious sight. This will be a campground that will be hard to return to once the kids are grown and gone, because we have just so many just precious memories in this park, and specifically in this campsite and campground. So you've owned this 20 minutes?
Yeah.
And you found a new way to play with it? Pine cone heaven.
This?
Show me your bed. Where you guys are gonna sleep tonight. Pine needle bed with pine cone boundary lines. I love it. And this is where Peter slept last night. This little guy likes to get dirty. Look over here.
From what?
Okay, hold on a second. So we got some there. Wait, look over that way. Oh my word, what happened? On your neck?
What's wrong, dude?
Here,
Look at his hands.
here,
That's what happened.
here. Oh my gosh. Oh, and let me see those feet. Oh my gosh.
Caked in.
And you just jumped in a river today and washed up. Like 4 hours ago. Burning pine cones is one of our favorite. And Paul got a new racket, which is perfect. Thought you were gonna get him in the fire. Stoke the fire.
I am. Be careful. Even I can do better than you with Paul.
You all are welcome to come over this way if you prefer. Sit around our fire or whatever if you guys want to keep an eye on.
Found you! Oh, come on. You found her with the bucket disguise?
My kids befriended a 3-year-old in the campground next door and played hide and seek with her for 10 minutes. And now they've befriended 2 probably 10-year-old girls in the campsite next door. And they're doing a type of role playing with the Dark Lord and servants and innocent travelers. It's really sweet the way that they are willing to reach out to other kids and just how they make connections and the other kids make connections, and then they have a blast for a couple hours, and yep, it's amazing. Third night in Azalea, we set up the 2-man tent tonight. We, after 8 weeks on the road, realized that occasionally Michelle and I needed a little bit more quiet time just to ourselves, aside from the Airbnbs. And so we bought a 2-man backpacking style, single wall, non-freestanding tent. And of course, the kids were excited to try it out themselves. So Paul is sleeping in there completely alone tonight. He has a walkie-talkie so he can reach us if he needs to. And Peter is going to sleep out cowboy style with his sister. Will be his 3rd night, her first. So here's the main tent up here on the hill. And the 2 eldest will be, about 100 feet away, maybe, in their homemade pine needle beds. They're putting down some tarps and sleeping bags. There's Becca's area. Peter's got the perimeter going. Should be a wonderful night. Pure pine, well, they're not pine, I think they're fir. Just seed pods. All gathered from like 40 feet away. Isn't that cool?
That's really epic.
Peter, there's a ghost in the campsite. Get it!
What is it? A ghost. What is it?
It's dodging you. Oh, it's getting you.
What?
No, Peter. No. Oh, it's taking you. You're down. Oh. Victory dance.
Pine cone.
It's attacking Paul. Paul, get it with the pine cone.
We've got these smoldering pine cone embers.
Fir cones.
Fir cone embers. I'm sure people can see the difference. Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome.
And James is going to breathe on it and
Well,
bring it back to life.
We're gonna put a bunch of them in there, and they don't burn right away. It's like they actually smoke a little bit at first.
As you can see here,
Yeah.
smoke.
Then we'll come back right before we blow them into life.
Right.
Look at that. It's like they're all right on the verge.
So
Isn't that crazy?
fun.
It's like one little blow and it's like turning on a light switch. It's amazing.
Amazing.
And just like that, a roaring fir cone fire.
From your breath.
Yeah. The breath of life.
Happening now with the fir pod, whatever it's called. Why? What are you doing?
Well, someone left one of these hot dog roasting sticks, and well,
It's gonna. Yeah, but did you?
I said
I missed somehow what happened
beacons
right
of meanness tear their lid.
Yes, right before this shot, he flung it out of the fire at himself. So.
That was different. That was when I had it resting upon. Now I have it skewered. The beacons are lit. So kind of a strange sequence of events. I drove out of the park to get an internet signal to send someone a video, and I drove kind of vigorously, and we were given a cooler today by the host at the Airbnb that we're thinking of using to replace the cooler that we keep between the seats as like our center console. So the center console cooler was in the back by the kids, which worked out because we had loads of food since we're coming into Sequoia Kings Canyon for 10 days. Anyway, we had 3 coolers. So Rebecca went to the car, there she is, and when she opened the door, basically all the contents of the cooler, which had been leaning against there because I had been driving vigorously, fell over. And all of the, basically like 10 eggs or something fell out and thankfully splattered on the ground and not on the floor of the van. Anyway, we cleaned up the van, but we had all these extra eggs that had sort of fallen and half broken. So the boys were roasting them like Peter is now, and cracking
It's actually
them.
roasted inside.
Yeah, and
It's like yolk roasted.
yeah, there's like eggs in the fire and all this kind of stuff.
Good for you.
Anyway, one of the egg yolks like just popped and like spit a hot egg up at Paul, and ever so slightly got in his eye. Thankfully, it wasn't burning and it wasn't bad, but it's just like, how did we get here? Like, hot egg yolk in the eye. 911. How did we get here?
Peter, it's my.
So much.
Oh, happy Father's Day.
I wonder if I could still pick all three of you up.
Okay.
Let's try. Hold on. Get it down a little lower. Hold on. I gotta grab different. Come on. All right, before I get I still got it.
Good morning. It's Father's Day. So Paul woke up early and ran to collect pine cones and then arranged them around the fire to look nice, plus the extra bag, IKEA bag full for James to throw in. Made the fire. And then what are these ones in front, Polly?
The big one's Daddy. The next one's Mama. That's Peter. Even though Becca's taller, first of all, she's on a taller pizza rock, and she's taller than Peter. But he's still older.
Yep.
So Peter, Becca, and then me.
All
I
right.
measured. I put the
Paul.
cones together.
Paul picked out last year's fur coats. They're all crusty and beat up, but
His
his is
little
nice,
nice,
and fresh.
beautiful one. And then he set up the table nice and picked out the treat of what do you got here you're making for everyone?
Nutella and cookie butter cookies.
Nice. We love you, Jay. Happy Father's Day.